From Delaware's most award-winning radio news team, this is WDEL Video News. Here's Carl Konevsky.
Among Delaware's top stories for Friday, January 4th, Delaware Senator Joe Biden abandons his bid for the Democratic presidential nomination after a poor showing in the Iowa caucuses. Biden told supporters he feels no regrets and he's not going away. He told them he's incredibly proud of them and indebted to them for their sacrifices. He thanked the people of Delaware and said he's going back to the Senate as chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee. The veteran lawmaker received less than 1% of the vote despite a spirited campaign in which he emphasized his international policy credentials and long career in public service. You can see Biden's concession speech on our website at WDEL.com. Undercover cops catch a Newark man who they say was using the internet to proposition children. Agents from the Pennsylvania Attorney General's office say 35-year-old Riley Gant of Madison Drive used an internet game chat room to sexually proposition what he believed was a 12-year-old girl, as well as send sexually explicit webcam videos. The girl was actually an undercover agent for the AG's Child Predator Unit. Gant was arrested at his home on December 28th. He's charged with unlawful contact with a minor and criminal use of a computer. The state medical examiner has ruled the deaths of a Dover area couple as murder-suicide. The bodies of 67-year-old Morgan Gunther and his 58-year-old wife Valerie were found Wednesday afternoon in their home in the 200 block of Massey Drive. Police were called to the home after a neighbor went to check on the couple. Police found no sign of forced entry and found a handgun at the scene. The medical examiner's office concluded the woman's death was a homicide. Her husband committed suicide. State police say they're investigating another assault during an argument between two patients at the Delaware Psychiatric Center. Police say 28-year-old Kevin Davis pushed a 67-year-old patient down to the ground. The older patient's head was cut open after he hit it on a chair during the fall. The fight happened in A pod of the Kent 3 building about 7 o'clock Tuesday night. Davis is charged with assault and disorderly conduct. He denied the attack, but police reviewed camera footage from newly installed surveillance cameras. On Saturday night, police were called to the center for an unrelated fight between patients that also left a staff member with minor injuries. Coming up, Wilmington City Council wants to crack down on steroid abuse. WDEL News continues in a moment.
When it comes to flooring, great style doesn't have to be expensive, especially when you shop at Carpet One Floor & Home. Our 1,000-store buying power gives you the best prices on hardwood, carpet, tile, laminate, and more, including brands you'll find exclusively at Carpet One Floor & Home, like Liz Claiborne Home, Good Housekeeping with Resista, and Lee's, all with guaranteed installation and no payments for 1 year. See how easy it is to find your perfect style. Shop in store, online, or in-home, only at Carpet One Floor & Home.
The state fire marshal's office says 2 fires on the same block yesterday morning were intentionally set. The fires broke out around 2 a.m. in the 600 block of Homestead Road in Albin Park. 6 adults and 3 children escaped the 2 homes, and there were no injuries. They're all being taken care of by family members. It took firefighters about half an hour to contain the fires in the basement of the 2 homes. Damage to both houses estimated at $75,000. The Coast Guard has called off the search for a kiteboarder or parachutist who was reported to be in distress in the water off Rehoboth Beach Wednesday. Rehoboth Beach police say there's no evidence to indicate that anyone fell into the water. Police aren't sure if anyone ever vanished. The Coast Guard and police and helicopters searched the area about 300 to 400 yards offshore through Wednesday night and early Thursday, but nothing was found. Wilmington City Council Thursday night passed ordinances addressing steroid use by high school athletes and poorly maintained dumpsters on city properties. WDEL's Erica Guidetti reports.
The City Council passed a resolution asking state legislators to fund random drug testing for all high school student athletes and educate them about the short and long-term health risks. Resolution sponsor Hanifa Shabazz is hoping the state will help educate students.
I'm hoping that they would see that it's a viable thing to do and that they would fund it through the and mandate it that it's done on a random basis so that we ensure that our students do that or play on an even playing ground, as well as to provide an educational component about what these steroids would do. That's the major thing, was that they educate the students on what the effect the steroids would do in the future, and that also the real impact behind competition is that you win the competition because you're the best at what you do and not because you have some type of assistance through a steroid drug.
Florida, Texas, and New Jersey have all passed state laws that mandate random drug testing for high school students. Also approved was an ordinance to require people and businesses who have dumpsters on their property to have them enclosed on 3 sides, have a cover, and deodorize and empty them. Ordinance sponsor Theo Gregory says it is necessary to keep the community clean and beautiful.
An urban community, people are living close together, and people with dumpsters, some don't respect their neighbors. We have residential communities, and dumpsters are at the rear of people's yards, and they're smelly and they're unsightly, and they're not buffered with any decorative or screen or shrubbery. So this will enhance the beauty of our city.
The new regulations will take effect on April 2nd. Reporting from Wilmington, I'm Erica Gudetti, 1150 a.m., WDEL.
The Flyers look to snap a streak that dates back almost 4 years. WDEL Sports and AccuWeather are coming up.
As you look for your college experience, make sure you look at Wilmington College, your key to success.
In WDEL Sports, the Flyers continue their 6-game road trip tonight with a game against the New Jersey Devils. The Flyers have lost 2 games at the new Prudential Center this year and have lost 10 in a row at New Jersey dating back to March 2004. They have, however, won their last 3 games. Your WDEL Delaware AccuWeather forecast. Sunshine today with a high of 39 degrees. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy, low down to 21. Tomorrow, sunshine followed by increasing clouds with a high of 44. Then on Sunday, partly sunny skies and a high of 50. Get news updates throughout the day. Delaware's top stories at the top of the hour on 1150 a.m. And get WDEL News text alerts sent to your cell phone. Sign up at WDEL.com. I'm Carl Konevsky in for Chris Carl. Thanks for watching.